everyone. I just wanted to show you where you can find this zine bundle. It is located on my Etsy shop, which is right here, and I will include a link for this right below the video. So my shop name is Artful Basics, and I have a variety of different templates and downloads that are really fun, and you can kind of peruse those a little bit later. But for right now, here is the Printable Zine template that we're going to be working with today. So if you go ahead and click that, you'll be taken to the listing here, and you can scroll through. There's a bunch of different pictures and some information about the listing, how it works, and that kind of thing. So when you're ready, go ahead and add it to your cart, and then once purchased, you will get a download link, and once you click that, you can print it out, and then we can begin making the zines. So go ahead and do that, and then meet me back here in just a second. All right, so once you printed out your zine bundle, it should look like this. And included in this packet here is this initial just first page with a link to some additional zine videos, which I will also link here below this video. And then a photo of how to fold your zines, and then all of your templates. So some are blank, and then some have some just really simple designs to them. And you can kind of just pick out your favorite, and the beauty here is you can always reprint this if you need to. There's no worries about messing up or anything. So I am just going to grab a random one here to play with to do our little demonstration. And the idea here is that the basic vibe, I guess, is presented already, and then you can go ahead and print these out and add your own words, your own photos, anything you would like, and then make it your own. So I will walk you through how to fold this real quick. And just note that sometimes when you print these zines, there's an extra little space on the outside. You could kind of see that a second ago there. Feel free, if you want to trim that outside area, you can. Otherwise, just leave it as is. I just left it as is here. So I am just folding along the fold lines, which are the dashed lines. And then the where you're going to cut is a solid line. So it's pretty basic. Just fold each flap into itself in the middle there, and then turn your paper, and you're going to do one long fold to fold it in half the other way. And then you should end up with 8 different sections. You're going to fold it one more time the short way, and then there's that solid line where you're going to cut. And then this will create your 8-page zine. Just kind of push it together here. And at this point here, you can really decide what page you want to be your front cover. You can fold it there. I kind of like this page here, so I'm just going to do that, and that's my front. And then every now and then, depending how you fold your zine, sometimes you'll need to go back and just kind of adjust where that fold line is. Just, it depends how even you want everything to be. But in this case, I just refolded that center piece, and now I'm good to go. So you can see here, without doing anything to the zine, just print it out. This is what it will look like once it's folded. And then this is where the fun part comes, where you can make it your own. So I just printed out a couple different random pictures and a couple quotes, and I'm going to pull out my washi tape here and just start filling these pages. There's so many ideas for these zines that you can use. I always encourage people to use them as cards for people. You can also make like a little recipe book if you want. You can make it a little journal. Just play around with some different ideas, and I would love to hear what you come up with and what you do with your zine. here is my completed zine. And again, I just did this in a very simple way, but just some photos and some washi tape, and that's really all you need to really personalize it. So there's one version. I love it. And then I'm going to show you another version here. This page that I'm going to pull from the bundle is just this graph paper page. And as a collage artist, I absolutely love graph paper in the background of my work. So you're going to see how I put this together here. We're going to follow the same folds as I did previously. So again, just follow the marks that are on the paper. The dash dots are where you fold, and then the solid line is where you cut. Same thing as before. And if you haven't already, I have a whole playlist on zines and different ways to create zines, so you can check that out for some more ideas. Here you see I'm actually cutting the edge like I mentioned in that last zine when I was making it. So if you want to trim the edges just to make your pages come together a little bit more and to not have that little gap, you can. It's just a printer thing, and it depends on the size of your paper and that kind of thing. So every now and then that is going to be required. All right, so getting back to folding. Just follow the same idea here. And if you have watched some of my previous videos, you know that I actually like to make these zines before I like to add the designs before I cut and fold them. But in this example, I just went ahead and folded it first, but feel free to just print out your zine template and then make your design on that and then cut and fold each page. Because then you don't quite know where things are going to end up, and I just think that's really fun. It allows you to let go of control a little bit, and then you get a nice surprise zine at the end. All right, so let's make it pretty. You can see here that I am collaging on top of the folds and just adding some random colors everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just about adding some texture and some fun, bold colors. And you can see pretty simply that came together, and it's all just very basic materials. I've included some of my downloadable collage sheets in here as well, so I'll link that below if you're interested in getting those. And then you can just fold it. And at this point here, you can go back and add words or add photos, just like we did in that first example. And you can see how that graph paper just adds a different element of layers and intrigue to your page. So super fun. All right, and there you have it. There's 2 examples of the zine bundle and how you can make it your own. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime, but go ahead and check out my Etsy shop and get your bundle, and I'll meet you back here soon. Cheers, everyone.